this session, we are going to talk about how Oracle can help to innovate with Oracle Modern Data Platform for a retail business. You can join our public Oracle Developers Workspace to raise your questions to our experts after this session. The core challenges in our retail business currently is low margin business, supply chain disruptions, there is ever changing economic environment, customer behavior, historically low investments in IT and aging infrastructure. Since the pandemic, we have seen there are so many market challenges in retail, such as supply chain disruptions, customer experiences, customers' behaviors in purchasing the different products, operational cost, employee retention, and all that. It also brings in lots of data opportunity when it comes to the retail business, where we see data coming in and driving the retail success, where you can gain the visibility for different customer insights. Then you have more data sources to talk about uh, prices and offers. You will have unified data structures to optimize the inventory and supply chain, and you will have a standard analytics reporting tool which is required to generate the reports very quick and definitive. To understand the relevant data sources from the retail business side of it, we have structured data such as customer record, supply chain inventory data, web shop transactions data. Then we have semi-structured data like RFID, POS, geofencing, and we have unstructured data like social data, text-based documents, video and sensor monitoring data, and all that. This altogether, the data increases the complexity, but at the same time, it gives us the opportunity to analyze and get some better business insights out of it. And to do that, Oracle, from the data platform strategy for retail business, we can extend by unifying the data sources, by bringing in additional capabilities. We can integrate with multiple applications to bring in and create new revenue streams. And we can innovate by personalizing the different customer experiences and giving us an extra competitive edge here. From Oracle Data Platform capability view, what we have here is different services, different capabilities, which can be easily mapped together to make the complete structure and architecture available from the OCI side of it, starting from data sources to ingest and transform the data, to curate, and finally to analyze and it consuming by different personas in where you want to measure and act based on the insights what you are getting out of it. Some of the common use cases around retail industry is like customer 360-degree profile, where you want to understand more about the customer purchasing power and behavior, fraud prevention, marketing spend analytics, connected interactions, and operations like store layout optimization, in-store product placement and presentation like that. In this demo, we are going to talk about the business use case, which is on the sales and profitability side for the retail business. What exactly I mean by retail sales and profitability basically talks about two metrics here. One is the sales and one is the profitability, where we are trying to understand how much we are selling, how much profit we are making it. If there is any low profit business, we are just trying to understand over the time what kind of trend we are trying to dwell into it. This is something we are trying to understand. This is what the sales and profitability will give it to me. Why exactly it is important? It is very much important because it plays a very critical component for any success in today's competitive retail environment. It gives the business a power to drive decisions based on the data, optimize the operations, and ultimately survive in the long run. The overall goal with this business use case is to maximize the sustainable growth and profitability for our retail businesses. Some of the key metrics, what you are going to see here in this demo is sales, profit ratio, number of orders, quantity, purchase rate, number of suppliers, store count, footfall count, etc. And this is what Oracle Modern Data Platform for a retail industry would look like, where you will see all the services from the OCI side being leveraged to bring in data and start analyzing it by different services. Why Oracle Analytics for a retail? It gives you an extra edge when it comes to embedded no code AI and machine learning, which will help you to do predictive analytics on top of it. You can do it a last mile data preparation by built-in capabilities like OAC data flow, and you have unified data and analytics platform which provides governed and secure self-service analytical capabilities to empower everyone in your org to understand and analyze the data. Let's take you to the demo part where I'll showcase you how exactly in this demo you can play around with the data. In this demo, what we are going to look at it is the data part first. So this is how the data looks like when we upload it into an Oracle Analytics platform, where you can see it shows the data distribution of different attributes and metrics, such as like what is order line ID, what is the order priority, different customers, different customer names. And if you scroll further, you will be able to see the the data quality, what kind of data it has, how is the distribution looks like, if there are any distinct data we can easily identify. And this will help you to play around and perform any data preparation steps. For example, it also gives you the intelligent recommendations. If you look at it, on the right hand side, where it gives you intelligent recommendations based on which you can prepare the data if it is needed. For example, you have a customer name here and you would like to extract part one of the customer name. You can easily do that by just clicking on it, and you can click on extract, and it will help you to create another column with just a one single click with the customer name, with the first name. That's how easy it is. It helps you to play around with the data and analyze the different data part, like different distributions, different categories, what you have in the data. Now, once the data preparation is done and once an analysis is done, you go ahead and click on creating a workbook here. And this is how a blank canvas will look like for you when you start creating a workbook. Now, for a business user, this tool comes with lots of powerful capabilities, and one of out of which is the auto insight feature, using which a user can easily create these insights with again just one single click. This tool automatically creates these insights. It gives you clear explanation what exactly this visualization is going to talk about your data set. And if you like a particular data set, you can just click on a plus icon here and it will get added to your canvas. Similarly, if you scroll down further, you will be able to see that it creates multiple visualizations down the line while you are scrolling down. And if you like something else, you can just click on plus and it will get added to your canvas. So this is how easy it is to create insights for a business user by using this auto insight feature, and within a few seconds you have a couple of visualizations on the canvas here. There's one more options what you have for a business user to understand any of your data part, like for example, you have a customer segment where you clearly understand that you may want to understand how exactly my customer segment looks like, or for example my product categories look like. There is option of clicking on explain, and it gives you certain facts about that particular column and the values it has. For example, if you click on explain customer segment, it clearly explains and it gives you certain facts about that column, that okay, what are the different facts, which clearly explains that column, that how exactly my customer segment looks like, with different text attributes, how many unique values do you have, how exactly it is related to different metrics like profit, quantity ordered, sales, gross unit price, discount, and all that. If there's any key drivers, if you have, it will get listed out here. If there are any segments that explains that columns, it will give you that plethora of information here in this particular section here. You can also analyze the anomalies by just clicking on it, and you can understand that okay, there are certain product categories which the some value was expected, but there is a different value altogether which you have received it. So likewise, you can know more information about a particular column by just clicking on a one particular option here, like explain feature here. And if you like any particular visualization, what you can do is you can just simply select that particular visualization, and you can click on add to selected, and it will get added to the canvas again here, which gives you another very quick insights. The reason why I showcased you that is that because this is something, it qualifies for a rapid reporting options which you need it these days in a modern reporting platform. Now let's look at what we have got out of this particular data set, and we have built a story and a business use case around sales and profitability. So this is how my analytics for retail would look like, where in this particular demo, we are trying to list down some of the key KPIs like sales figure, how exactly my retail business is doing when it comes to the total sales figure for a given period of time, how many orders we have, how many average sales per customer, what are we gaining out of it, what is the average profit per customer, what was the quantity or the volume ordered, number of customers, and the profit value, what we have gained out of it. To understand more about the sales and profit analysis, we have categorized it and we have distributed the data into different charts, which says that how exactly my sales versus profit is looking like when we are trying to understand with product subcategories, when we have sales versus profit by city, where we have different cities, how exactly we are doing it. The reference line shows that there is a negative profit in different sections of it, and we have positive profit, we have good values, we are making good profit in some different cities altogether when it comes to different categories. We are also trying to understand sales by year, top 10 cities by profit, and sales by product categories, how we are doing it based on the different product subcategories. The important point to notice here is that in this particular chart here, if you look at it, we are just trying to compare the sales versus profit, the two metrics here out of the different product subcategories. And there is a open challenge in the retail business, where they are trying to understand, people try to understand the low profit margin business. There could be multiple products which are not giving me good profit. How exactly as a business analyst you would try to understand, or you would like to propose those categories to the business owners, that okay, this is the time that we should discontinue our products. And this is where this particular chart lists it out and says that okay, there are certain products like rubber bands, scissors, bookcases, and tables which are not giving me any profit, but we are getting a sales, but there's no point of continuing with these products. So these are the potential candidates which might be considered for discontinuing the product from our business. Likewise, if you scroll down, we would like to understand how exactly we are doing it based on the geography here. Like maybe where exactly my sales concentration lies when it comes to the sales profit. And we understand that our overall sales are falling in the region of US and UK region majorly. But if we scroll down, we will be able to see in this particular chart, where we are trying to highlight which are the top 15 countries by sales and profit ratio. So if you look at this chart, it shows that we have sales figure very high in a country like US, but if you look at the profit ratio is very less. So we have this conditional formatting done, where we are trying to understand if the profit value is less than 15 or 14%. Let's highlight those points and let's try to understand why exactly we are getting less profit in this particular area. And to do so, what we can do is we can drill down further to understand why we have less profit in a US region. So what we can do here is that we can just right click on a particular data set, and we can go to the spend analysis to understand where exactly we are spending when it comes to the US regions. And if you look at it here, this gives me the spend analytics for based on different suppliers, based on the different items, based on the different categories for a given period of time. So it says that we have 8 suppliers in the US region, okay, where we are this is what we are spending it for different suppliers. And notably, what we are just trying to understand here is the non-agreement rate purchase which has been done, and it is coming close to 15%. Now what do I mean by non-agreement purchase rate? Where you have a contract with the different suppliers, they give you at a certain subsidized rate for the products. But there could be non-agreement or non-contractual purchase orders being made by the suppliers, which may increase the 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 cost of the product from which we are trying to buy it, and then we are sell it to the right buyers there. So if you look at it in a given period of time, the the yellow bar shows that the agreement purchase rate is declining the time based on the time period what we have here. But if you look at the purple line here, it shows that we have an increase in the trend here. And to analyze it further, we have a categories by spend here. Like, so we have different categories, like we have laptops, we have electricals, we have powers up, and all that categories in the US region where we are trying to sell it out. Now let's look at we see that there is a big bubble which shows that we have so many suppliers here and the spend is also too much. To understand more about it, what we can do is we can just quickly click on that particular category as a laptop, and we see that we have 7 suppliers, but the most of the spend is $22.34 million. But interestingly, if you look at this particular KPI here, the non-agreement rate for the laptop category itself is 24.09%, which clearly indicates that we are doing a lot of purchase. It gives us a red flag that we are doing a lot of purchase without having right contracts with the suppliers. So let's try to understand what are the different suppliers we have, where exactly we are just spending a lot with different suppliers, why exactly we are spending with, and who all are those suppliers. To understand those suppliers, what we can do is we can drill down and we can go to another insights around the supplier review here. And this supply review, I'm just drilling down further on the laptop as a category, and we are just trying to understand where exactly what we are trying to spend here. And if you look at it, we have different suppliers here. We have different suppliers like Micro Center, Max Depot, Allied Technology, which clearly indicates that this is what we have we have done it. We have made the transactions and we have purchased it without having proper contract or agreement in place. Now, to understand it better, what we can do here is that if you look at this particular chart here, this shows the item-wise details of the spend what we have made. And in the laptop category, we have classified categories like tablets, like we have ultra portable laptops, and then we have digital camera professional, which could be tagged into the peripheral part of it. Most of the items which has been taken is from the tablet category. You can see we have item 6 count as 6 and the spend is $3.63 million. Now, if you look at it here, and if we try to keep it as selected, for example, if we just select only the circle one, okay, we will see that, okay, we have altogether we have 4 suppliers in the given period of time. And if we scroll down further, we will be able to see most of the purchases which we have done is on the non-agreement purchase amount side. And if you look at the supplier scorecard here, we have 4 suppliers, out of which Allied Technology and Micro Center have got 5 stars based on the delivery, quality, price index, score, and everything, which gives us a good figure that, okay, these suppliers are really good. But if I just click on one particular supplier here, it gives me that figure that we have made lots of non-purchase agreement here. And if I just look at this particular chart here, the table here, it clearly indicates that we could have done the potential savings of around $100K by just making it from a non-agreement purchase to an agreement purchase. So this qualifies and it gives us a story, it gives us a proper insights to understand at the supplier level where exactly we need to finalize the contract and get the approval done so that we can increase our profit margins for a one particular region or area. This is how we are building the story around the supply side of it, which helps us understand where exactly we need to put in our focus at a minute detail level and which will help us in our profitability business here. Now we also have going back to the overview page where we were trying to understand our sales data. We can also try to understand the different market trends, how exactly we are doing it, what kind of seasonality we are looking at it. So it helps us to do these advanced analytics, like understanding the trend of different categories, whether this trend is going up or down, how the seasonality works, where we have for different quarters, where exactly how much we have done the sales and the profit. And based on that, we can easily decide our campaigns, and understand where we can run the offers on a given particular period of time. The interesting part here is that this tool allows us to do some sort of forecasting as well in terms of sales and the quantity ordered. For example, if you look at this particular chart, it shows me that it gives me the forecast of future periods, which helps us to understand what will be our quarterly forecasted sales figure value, projected figure values. And similarly, we have other charts which clearly indicates the outliers, that for a spread of profit for a different customer segments, where exactly we see the outliers for a particular record in a particular consumer segments, and what could be the profit here, which can be forecasted here as well. So this is around the sales and profitability analytics here. Now we have a mall business, and we would like to understand how we can do it from the footfall analytics, like how exactly we can improve the operations in our shopping mall. So if you go to the footfall analytics of our shopping malls, it also lists down certain KPIs. For example, what is the store count we have, how many store categories we have, and what is the footfall count we are trying to capture. And based on the data, the trend, it shows that for different malls, our trends are going up and down. There are so many peaks and troughs which we can easily identify based on a different particular period in the timeline. And there are so many descriptive analytics which we can achieve using the data, like total stores by location type, and by categories, like different categories have how many stores we have it in the mall. The interesting insights what we get it from these charts, where we understand which are the top 10 stores on the by the average daily revenue, and this clearly indicates that these particular stores are giving us a good revenue. At the same time, which stores are attracting more footfall, which clearly indicates and which can help us to understand that okay, these stores are getting more popularity based on the footfall what we are capturing here. The interesting insights what we are getting here is when we are conducting an event in the mall, we are just trying to record how many footfall we are getting it. And if you look at it, whenever we are conducting an event, we are getting more footfall, which really prompts us to consider conducting more events in the mall so that we can capture more footfall in our mall business. At the same time, we can also understand different footfall by temperature, like whenever the temperature is pleasant, the people are coming in more. So this clearly indicates that if based on the weather forecast, we can understand and determine that okay, there could be more people coming in, and we can expect more footfall coming in to our malls. Then we have average footfall by store categories, different store categories, which will help us to plan certain stores in our malls based on the footfall what we are getting it on an average basis. The interesting part here is the clustering here, where we are just trying to understand based on the store size how many footfall we are capturing it, and if there are any outliers or not. And there are certain food stores which are having less size, but they are attracting more footfall, which eventually helps us to understand that okay, these stores needs more focus when it comes to the traffic management, store traffic management, or maybe store placements. If we need to increase the store size, and to do that, using the digitized map layer option in Oracle Analytics, what we can do here is that we can do a heat map analysis of store traffic. Like we can just upload a 2D layout of a store, and we can understand different time of the day how exactly my traffic looks like, the crowd looks like in my store here. Like in the morning hours, where exactly we look at the crowd, and in the afternoon hours, where exactly my crowd is spreading. And based on that, you can either manage the employee workforce, Or you can think of increasing the placements of different categories inside the stores here. And this is how the digitized map layer option will help us to do the store traffic analysis. Now, we get into the descriptive analytics of the store management and the mall operations. We also have the embedded machine learning options in Oracle Analytics, which helps us to do certain predictions, which will really help to do the footfall and analysis by analyzing the forecasted, the predicted data based on the historic data for a different mall ID for a different store, what is the actual footfall and what is the predicted footfall. And these insights really helps us to do a proper planning when it comes to mall operations here. There are certain business insights which can be easily identified by understanding the highest forecasted footfall for different stores, and these are the top 10 stores which will attract more footfall. These are the categories where in the next coming 2 weeks we may see more footfall coming in. For example, in the category fashion, we can see there could be a footfall change of 31,000 people. At the same time, we are seeing less people coming in for different categories, which may help us to understand and do crowd management in our stores there. Then we have top 10 stores by change in footfall compared with 2 weeks ago. What will be the change? How exactly it is being captured? And this is how the predictive analytics in Oracle Analytics helps us to do that. We can also understand which store will be overutilized or underutilized based on this particular chart, where we understand that okay, these are the forecasted values for these stores, but the store size is very less, so maybe it might be overutilized or underutilized based on the data what we are capturing here. And then we can also understand based on the car park utilization or negative complaints where exactly or when exactly in what particular date or time period how many people we can expect in our mall here. So you can easily understand that okay, when there is a negative aspect complaint count is more, we are seeing a decline in the forecasted people coming into the mall here. So this is how we can do the mall business where we can do certain predictions on the footfall analysis, and that's pretty much we have it for the retail business here. And that's how we can analyze the data by based on the different KPIs and attributes what we are capturing it from the retail businesses. Thank you.